Some developing Niners news on this Monday night. Brandon Aiyuk flew to the San Francisco area to meet with John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, as well as the 49ers, for a meeting that he and his agent requested. What does it mean? We're discussing that on another edition of the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr., and if you enjoyed the show, please make sure you hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, comment, and subscribe. Already picked up well over 100 subscribers from this morning's show, in which we talked about the latest Adam Schefter report on the Aiyuk situation, and now there's a new update, which is the purpose of this video. So Brandon Aiyuk in the Bay Area today to meet with the 49ers, according to ESPN's Ryan Clark, former Pittsburgh Steeler, longtime great safety in the NFL. He said that on NFL Today while live. And yesterday, Aiyuk shared a photo which kind of put this in motion of him on a private jet with his son. Bay Area was the geo tag, meaning he showed his followers, for those not familiar on Instagram, where he was. It said Bay Area. So in the area, which started some speculation at the time that, is Aiyuk flying to meet with the Niners to get a deal done? He's in the area during this dead period between OTA's minicamp and training camp, which starts on July 23rd. It's a little bit interesting that a player is maybe going to the facility at this time of the calendar year when players are away, coaches are away. This is the last breather that they get before training camp, preseason, regular season is here, and then it's a grind from the end of July through, you hope to be, January, February. So the timing of this is all pretty noteworthy because the 49ers don't start training camp for another month. So could Aiyuk be in town to negotiate a deal? Is he there to demand a trade? Is this just a meeting to see where both sides are at in contract negotiations? We'll find out soon. The further context to all of this, Ryan Clark added that Aiyuk, during these negotiations, and it's been a long and windy process with a lot of twists and turns, from the wide receiver market being reset multiple times because of these historic deals, to right after the year when Aiyuk's friend said he's going to the Raiders and his girlfriend indicated they might be playing elsewhere in 2024, to Aiyuk tweeting directly at Mike Tomlin, to all of the buzz about a potential Steelers trade rumors going into the draft, Aiyuk sharing all these subtle Instagram messages in which you have to figure out the clues via emojis, to him saying on TikTok, they don't want me back. A week after he says on TikTok to Jaden Daniels, they don't want me back, Aiyuk flying to San Francisco, heading to Santa Clara, going to the SAP Performance Center, maybe a nice dinner in the Bay Area, to try to talk things out, to try to figure things out, to try to find out information from where people are coming from in this social media phone-heavy era. Sometimes meeting face-to-face is a good thing. You have some problems at your company, at your work. You don't like what's going on. Some of your coworkers rubbing you the wrong way. You don't like something that your boss said. You going to slack about it, send a text message, or are you going to meet up in person? Aiyuk, give him credit, flying to meet with the Niners in person. I think that can be beneficial for both sides here. So what could come out of this, right? They could reach middle ground on a contract, agree to a deal. Both sides would be happy about that. For the Niners at the right price. For Aiyuk, his price tag. Aiyuk in meeting with San Francisco, if things don't go well, things get hostile, things get argumentative, or if there's respect, but there's just a huge gap in between the Niners number and Aiyuk's number, he could demand a trade. He could request a trade like Deebo Samuel, because after all, according to Ryan Clark, who Brandon Aiyuk is going to be on the Pivot podcast that he hosts, which comes out later this week, Clark said Aiyuk's taken these negotiations personal. Niners drafted him 25th overall back in 2020. Leads the team in receiving that year during the disastrous injury-plagued season after the Chiefs Super Bowl. He shows promise. Year 2 starts off in the doghouse. By the end of the year, developed into a really good wide receiver. Year 3, 2022, has a career year, continues his ascent among some of the top wide receivers in the game. Great footwork, route running, big play ability, willing blocker in the run game. Just everything that the Niners are about: toughness, swagger, development, loving ball. And then that culminated in 2023 with him being a second-team All-Pro. Number 2 in the league in yards per catch. Continued, once again, his path of being one of the top wide receivers in the game. He's a top 10 guy. He's the Niners' number 1 wide receiver. He wants to get taken care of. He could play on the 5th-year option in 2024 of $14+ million, or he believes that with the wide receiver market exploding and Justin Jefferson getting $35 million per year, A.J. Brown $32 million per year, Tyreek Hill $30 million per, Amon-Ra St. Brown $30 million per season, Jalen Waddle $28.25, Devontae Smith $25 million. Aiyuk believes I should be in that grouping. I should be compensated like those players are. I'm better than fill in the blank. I do more for my team than fill in the blank. Imagine what I could put up as far as production if, Kyle, you targeted me more. What if I got Justin Jefferson targets? My numbers could be crazy, thus making the price tag higher. But I sacrifice. I'm in a run-centric offense. I'll block for Christian McCaffrey and others. I'll play hard like you ask me to. I'll get it out the mud. And because of those sacrifices, I want to be rewarded for my development and my path, the work that I put in as Aiyuk has gotten better all 4 years he's been in the NFL. And then you look at some of the total guaranteed money. Justin Jefferson, $110 million. A.J. Brown, $84 million. Amon-Ra St. Brown, $77 million. Jalen Waddle, $76 million. Cooper Kupp, $75 million. Tyreek Hill, $72.2. Devontae Adams, $65.6. Amari Cooper, $60 million. DK Metcalf, $58.2. And rounding out that list of the top 10 most guaranteed dollars to wide receivers, his teammate Deebo Samuel, $58.1. Deebo's making right around $24 million per season. That is no longer top 10 among wide receivers in AAV, average annual value, and he's got guaranteed money, $58.1 million. Aiyuk probably, obviously, because he's the better wide receiver, he's been more productive, more available, healthier, more consistent, and he's younger than Deebo. Of course he wants to beat him in average annual value and guaranteed money. But the Niners are offering 26, according to reports. Aiyuk might want 30. We don't know his price tag yet. And can they come to a middle ground and agree to a deal? Niners also, on top of Aiyuk demanding or requesting a trade, you might see this reported. The Niners could give Aiyuk permission to seek a trade, which means the organization allows Aiyuk and his agent, Ryan Williams of Athletes First, who is best friends with John Lynch, by the way, could allow them to seek a trade. They put out feelers, and they'll look at a team, let's say the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're interested in a trade to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Omar Khan, general manager, what are you willing to give up? Upon completing this trade, how much will my client get paid in Brandon Aiyuk? Are you willing to give him what he's seeking that the Niners are not willing to give him? That's how those things could work. So that's what the verbiage means when the team gives the player and agent permission to seek a trade. It's different than a trade demand or trade request. Nothing at all could happen as part of this with the month to go until training camp. I could see Aiyuk saying, man, I love ball. I don't want to miss time. I want to be at training camp on time. I want to chase this 6th ring. Let's get a deal done. The Niners can say, we love you. That's why we drafted you in the 1st round. You're critical to our success at our price. You can agree to our deal right now. We can get it done just like you want. Or you can play on the 5th-year option. And then we can franchise tag you after 2024, which is what we talked about on the 49ers report earlier today. It is good. It is a positive thing that both sides are able to meet. Doesn't always happen. If you are disgusted with your bosses and you just want out, you might say, I'm leaving the company. That's my decision. Let me go. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I mean, business dealings can get bloody. Business dealings can get aggressive. Business dealings can be wild and crazy, right? We've seen that happen. So all those are factors for what could happen with Aiyuk flying to the Bay Area to meet with the Niners. They have a level of communication. They're meeting in person out of respect for one another. They both want to get a deal done, but it all comes down to the price tag. Niners have a lot of extension candidates. They are top 6 in cap space right now, but Brock Purdy's contract is looming. Purdy and Aiyuk have a great connection on and off the field. They probably want that marriage to continue, but at what price? Aiyuk did show up, by the way, to the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark alongside Jaden Daniels, the Commanders quarterback, who they are best friends. They went to Arizona State with one another. When I was at the NFL Combine in Indy in March, Jaden Daniels said to a question, who have you leaned on for advice? Who have you gone to for support? He said Brandon Aiyuk. I talk to him almost every day. They are very close friends. So they could be going on the Pivot podcast together, or they could be hanging out, and Jaden Daniels comes with them to see, damn, my best friend's on the set of a big marquee podcast, big production. As far as quality and camera work, I'm going to ride with them. Or, of course, trade buzz comes out of this because Aiyuk was on TikTok with Jaden Daniels saying they don't want me back, I swear. And because the Commanders have, I think, the second most cap space in the NFL, and Adam Peters, their new general manager, used to be the vice president or the assistant general manager with the Niners under John Lynch, they drafted Jaden Daniels. They want a marquee wide receiver to pair up with Jaden Daniels, who he has a great relationship with, and that relationship could translate to having a great relationship on the field, putting up big numbers, getting the Commanders back on track, and they had the money to pay Aiyuk. Could that be a trade destination? You, of course, have to ponder and theorize about that. So wanted to pass along a new update right here on the Niners Report. Talked earlier about the Adam Schefter report. That video's popping. I think it's approaching 20,000 views. So thanks for watching that. And then the latest, Aiyuk flying to the Bay to meet with the Niners. I am about to go play in our men's basketball league. We have a Chat Sports team. We are Chat Sports United. We played against teams who have been playing together for years. So we are 1-4. We've gotten better every single game. Hopefully we ball out and get a second dub. How many points do you think I'll score tonight? Let me know in the comment section. Your best guesses. It could be praise or disrespect. I can hoop a little bit. Took me a while to get going for the season. I'm on this running streak doing fitness classes, but basketball is a different game. Last game, though, my best. I think I had 5 threes, couple of buckets, perfect from the free throw line, good game, lost narrowly. But how many points will I score tonight? Hopefully I stay hot. Although I played wiffle ball yesterday, and I'm sore as anything. All right, enough of that. Good Niners talk today. Thanks for the support. Make sure you subscribe. If anything comes out of this meeting, expect another video. See ya.